All right, let's go again, Bill. We're just here doing some boundary definition improvement video. So what we've got is a fairly innocuous survey, lot 53. It was a an extension to a house set out. Job number 191153, Buffalo Road in Ryde. All right, take it away, Bill.
Okay. When we did the first CRE search, we thought new beauty. We've got to the northwest a million series, to the south we've got 2 million series plans, to the southeast another nice million series. Our original block was bounded, DP was bounded by all the perimeter roads.
So that's this DP 9511.
Yep, circa 1900, so just over 100 years old. We have aligned roads all the way around, which basically means there's an alignment plan that would have placed marks in the curb line. We had
So just pull the DP over.
So this is our plan of subdivision from 1911. So we're up the top left corner here. All the marks around our corner have been obliterated and taken out. Down the corner up to the right hand side, there's an original alignment stone in Chanda Street. If we go down the south down Forest, there's basically 7 alignment stones still in existence from the original alignment. And down Malvina, we've got original alignment stone there as well.
So how do we know that there's alignment stones before we go out there? When it says an aligned street, when it is also a plan that's in circa of 100 years old, you can get a separate alignment road alignment plan from the LPI, and it will show the marks. You know what? Know that it's an old plan. Go and have a look around there. Now, can we just have a quick picture? Can we Google what an alignment stone looks like, please, Bill?
Yep. So this is the corner we're talking about. It's probably not the best one to see here, but if you look, so we can get a bit closer.
Beauty.
There's your alignment stone. On one of the corners we had 7 of them. So it's about 200-300 mil square sticking out of the ground. The face of the stone.
Which corner do you survey?
You basically pick up the face of the stone. So for this point of view, the stone here defines the property, the curb line. So you'd be picking up the face of the stone on this side, get 2 shots on it, and the face of the stone on this side is generally lined up with the side boundary as well. So you're bidding 2 points and 2 points. A lot of the days nowadays they replace the stones with steel pins, and there's an arrow on the top of the pin that tells you where to survey to make it even easier.
All right, and that'd be really good if you take a photo of that. That's a good photo of the week. So can we just see if we can see any? It looks like there might be another one just behind that. Look at that.
So we've got another alignment stone sitting there, sticking out of the grass. So the alignment stones are meant to be on the line of the curb, but obviously in this case, they've built the curb and gutter in a totally different place.
Well, it might have originally been built there.
I think up here we had another one.
Yeah, look at that.
Another stone on that corner.
How cool's that?
So yeah, it does make life easier when you can find the original marks that are over 100 years old.
Nice.
And when we did a comparison from the alignment stones in Malvina up to Chanda Street, we basically, if you look over here, we had 7 millimetres difference in distance to the original survey. When we surveyed from Forest down to Buffalo for the original alignment stone, we had 29 mil excess based on the million series plan here, but to the actual face of the stone was within 5 mil. So we've got a survey that's over 100 years old, we're getting within 10 mil agreement to them.
Now this also just goes to why it's good to walk around and just have a look at your surroundings. You might find things. You might find while someone's giving you plans or search. You might imagine if we find a nail, at the corner of the boundary of 50 and 49, or we find 2 concrete nails at the splay of 54. It's what happens if you come and find an alignment stone down here and an alignment stone around the back. It's good just to keep your wits about you.
Yeah, And the other thing we're going to bring up is generally you find million series plans, you hope you can trust them and they're great. We're just trying to say, look, that may not always be the case. This plan that's up to the northwest of us, the 100-8077 plan,
It's shocking.
we
Well,
look at
it's-
it, not shocking. So this is the plan that they've done. We're on the corner on the right-hand side of the page. If you go up Achanda, he found the alignment stone and did a lot of survey, and he's surveyed a long way. He's come down Achanda, he's come down his property, and he's basically gone to the northwest, left-hand side, found lots of marks, lots of bends in the road. We're just looking at Achanda boundary. He started up the top of the screen, he's found some reference marks, found the alignment stone, pushed that bearing on. As you come down the street, he found a peg 100mm clear, a brick wall 200mm clear, another wall 200mm clear. If we do the maths, and he's got a SSM and he's connected that into the intersection of the roads, if you do the maths from his block of land back to that SSM connection, he's 100mm long on the first dock, 170mm long here, so he's 270 long. He's then short about 150mm, so to here he's gone about just over 100mm long to the intersection. If you came back PO distance, that peg would be on the boundary and these occupations would be so much closer. So even though you've got a million series plan, if they've got a connection from an SSM to a corner, you can't blindly trust it. You've got to just question, what have they done? Have they done the right thing or the wrong thing? I'd hope most of the time they've done the right thing.
But you just the important thing is to question it. So just a couple of things I want to go track back there. You said they pushed it through. So up the top here, they've come off an alignment stone, a concrete block, and a drill hole and wing. Now he hasn't come off this SSM because he's got by me, so he's used that concrete block and that drill hole and wing and this alignment stone to create a line and then pushed it through. Now reasonably that distance there is the same as that distance there, so that's 250 metres, that's 250 metres. If that's half of it, 120 metres, so a 120 metre definition, he's then pushed that over essentially 3 times the difference. So if that's out by 30mm, or his survey of this alignment stone's out 30mm, or the concrete block's out 30mm, that makes essentially 100mm when you get down here. So just understand that, and what I want also to point out is, see how it says SSM to intersection, he's got a bearing and distance. Underneath it, it doesn't say, you know, DP such and such. So that means it's by him. That's his connection, which is based on some OC dimensions here, as Bill said, that's about 100mm, and it's based on a fix up the top here that's based on maybe 120 metres. Now I get it that it's between 3 points, but you're pushing it then 300 and 400 metres. That just means it's a little bit dodgy. Sorry, Bill.
Yep.
Oh, thanks.
Yep. So that's that plan. When we went back, we basically established back off the original plan. It all worked really, really well, but it just took, when we went to site, we did the survey of the million series and thought we're sweet. Having a bit of a look around, and when you go up, we picked up the alignment stone top of the page. If we had had one more setup, picked up all these alignment stones on the corner, extra half hour in the field, would have saved 3 hours in the office and a second site visit. And the main thing is, when you do these surveys, million series are great. They give us a good definition. Sometimes you just got to go back and look at how old your survey marks are in the area, and for older areas, if you can get onto the original marks, you're going to be so much more sure of what you're doing. Again, there was a problem. Our base plan had a difference of about 100, had a misclose of 100mm, and it was in roughly this northwesterly direction, which basically, when we initially started the bottom corner, came up title dimension, the fences were out by 100mm. When we got back to the original alignment plans, everything worked really nicely.
Yep.
And the other one I'd probably raise is, when you look at surveys, so this is a survey plan a little bit to the south of us. We're actually over on the right hand side of the page here. We've got a million series plan here. The same surveyor's done a million series next door to himself. He's found all these yellow highlighters, reference marks that he's found from the original survey. So he's found original marks. We come down to our street. He didn't actually find too much down there, but where he's working, he's fine. But you go back to the previous plan where he found these marks. So where the yellow highlighter is in the top of the page, down the bottom of the yellow marks that the Million Series plan found, this surveyor found the alignment stones to the top of the right of the page. He's found 3 of them. And if you go down just to the south, he's found an alignment stone here. There's actually a bend in the road there, but again, that's an original alignment stone from our survey, so we can use this plan to get back to that bend, have a really good definition up to the alignment stone in Achanter Street. And again, not no level of doubt, but we've got original connection to original marks that defined our street boundary, and we're laughing from a fixed point of view.
So by understanding how he's defined his fix for this subdivision, we can use these marks with a level of confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty, is that it?
Yep, I think so.
All right,
for today.
awesome. Thank you very much.